we do still have the initial stairway down into our iron attempts to find iron. Let's see, where is he? Nope, he's not there. All this still exists. This is actually the green path here. The green track there. We've got Ben's massive mob spawner / hole in the ground, which has been causing no shortage of mobs to come wandering up. And case in point, let's get out of there before I invite some sort of disaster. I'm wondering if they're actually glitching through the fences when the server reboots. So, yeah, not too much has really changed around here. We've had a couple of their, we've had the Curl Up and Die shop open up. We've the build challenge over here. Potrick's massive tower is sitting over here, and I really do wish I had something I wanted to do is get my camera count so I could actually take you up and look at some of this stuff, but not quite yet. And we have the courthouse. Again, this was where the original post office was built. Kind of tried to do a little bit of fancy building on this with, if you might remember the courthouse from Back to the Future, and the future version was all black windows in the front and everything. We've boarded up the old spawn railway because we have nether portals out there that work a little better now. We've taken some damage in the courthouse, but we recently sat down and Garden Bunny and I managed to fix it. Fortunately, our courtroom has never actually been used, as far as I can tell. So it does actually back up. The new spawn area is actually over in that general direction. But nothing too fancy over here. That's where I hit the... I was just saying to Garden Bunny the other day that whenever I build something, I usually try to hide a workbench just so it's there, but not like openly conspicuous. And I think on this one, she had told me it was actually up here in... Okay, I've got one in the records room. If you ever actually are curious, some of us have logged where our builds are on the server, so you can actually come through and the idea was so that way if we ever had a question of, well, who built this cool thing, we could all just kind of look it up on our own, especially for any of us who are doing videos, so we could properly attribute them. Down here, I know Fox was working on the map room at one point, and we had a bit of a problem with map corruption, actually tied to the Iron Titan of all things. When we tried to restore some chunks to the server to fix the Iron Titan, it had the unfortunate byproduct of wrecking a lot of the extended world maps that Fox is working on, which is a real shame because it's very close to having everything done. But it is a lot to put a map together of this size, and absolute kudos to Fox for even getting this far. But you can see over here, this is downtown Wackelwood in the center of the screen. We've got the Spoof Arena down here, PvP Arena, Founders Hall is sitting over here. You can see the 4 axes of Whack Track actually kind of branch off into those directions. That's actually currently where Green Line ends. Actually, no, I did manage to get... I think I've got the stone pathway actually built out to the end of this island. The rail ends pretty much in this forest currently, and I don't think there's a lot of boosters on this section. White Line kind of still just ends where the old border was. I think I managed to do a little bit of work in pushing out a tad further, but not much officially. Yellow Line is pretty much mostly complete because of Spum Farms here, which is kind of right where my hand is there. That's between that and Wackelwood. Those have been kind of the two popular places of the server. Also, we've got Rexus Marina sitting over here. The Then and Now video actually shows you kind of going out through here. And I think the end... I want to say the end dungeon somewhere around here. I am more than likely wrong because I don't really go out and necessarily walk to it all that often. And then over here, it doesn't really show up well on this particular map because it hasn't been updated, but Old Border Village is actually right about here, along with the Spumcraft Science Center and everything. But that's kind of a look at the server. You can see one of the reasons why I think we're all a little anxious to get a world reset is that it's a very oceanic world. If you're looking for a lot of building on islands, small islands here and there, and for that matter, if you're looking for guardian temples, I think it's at this point been conclusively proven we could probably give everyone on the server their own guardian temple. We've quite literally found that many, in some cases two spawning up practically on top of each other. So Prismarine is definitely one thing we are not lacking for on the server. The sponges, however, I think we have had those rated, but there is a shop near the bazaar that you can actually pick those up from if you're working on the world yourself. I'll show you a little bit of the bazaar next, as soon as I get myself out of the big giant hole. So, you might be able to see in some of the Then and Now videos also. I don't know if I actually showed anything from downtown Wackelwood. You know, some of the paths have been rerouted just to try to free up everything. I believe Generic Man built the original pathway up here. With his permission, I kind of tore it out and kind of shifted around to better work with the courthouse as I was building it. We've got the Holiday Monument. This is had quite a few. So we had the Christmas display. Sorry, Winter Holiday display, to be correct. We also had the Valentine's Day. We had St. Patrick's. We had Spumpril, celebrating Spum. And it's kind of settled on the current iteration. Actually, the rainbow's left over from St. Patrick's, and the tree is left over from Valentine's Day. But it's been through several iterations over here. There's actually some decorating supplies kind of tucked away in the cave behind everything. There's actually the sponge shop. I've tried to... Okay, someone apparently had a little bit of amusing fun here. The server's original Iron Titan is actually up here at the top of the hill. This is Ninja Zanza's build. That's the sponge shop there. And this actually does still work. The villagers are still up here and everything. The drop rate is not anything particularly spectacular, which is why we eventually did build the... I don't know actually who did build it, but that's why we eventually did build a better Iron Titan. It's out towards that direction. I'm at the point now where I really can easily find my way around the server. Kind of our makeshift ice tray. The ice tray we originally had, we kind of tore down to make room for the new spawn village. So let's take a little bit of a upper level look at the original bazaar. Not everyone's still around for shop owners and whatnot. I mean, we have Pastor Torres' original wool farm, and have not seen him for a couple months, unfortunately. We've got some old shops that, well, you can tell how old they are when we were actually charging iron for items, let alone diamond. We got the cave squid potions. A lot of the shops along here have now, with the server reset, for instance, if I pop down to, I've got the wood shop there, red shop there, Garden Buddy's chest shop, got that out. I've got the... It's not mine. What am I saying? That is the... Ooh, that's taking a lightning hit. We're going to have to fix that. That is the Mad Girl's mob drop shop, I guess you could call it. The donkey shop. We have Alan's absolutely beautiful resource shop, which he has graciously opened up to everyone on the server now to raid anything we need from there. He did a really excellent job of decorating this for the holidays as well. I think I might still have some footage around from that I might be able to paste in. We've got, Brandon building, and this kind of gets out into some of the residential districts. Unfortunately, the potion brewing area is one of the casualties of the many creeper attacks that we were suffering a couple weeks ago. We've got kind of our sign wars area here where we kind of got a little out of control with our signs. But it's all good fun. This is Voldorius's little prototype Obsidian Eye shop. If you've watched his videos, you've seen the much bigger version of this that he built over on his floating islands, and the even bigger version of this that he built for Magic Jade's Insane Asylum. We've got Garden Bunny, Magic Jade's, speaking of her, the townhouse, Magic Bunny's rabbit place. There's a whack-a-mole game just up there that you can play. We've got our Lucky Chance built over here. I doubt there's anything even left in it at this point. It's probably been, aside from being creepered, also probably out of supplies by now. We've got Club Spum, which I have yet to actually manage to figure out what the deal is in terms of how any of this works. We're supposed to be able to win prizes in it, but I've never found a book or anything around here to know for sure how to actually do anything with it. Other than that, there's supposed to be... There was at one point. I guess it was these guys here were controlling it. And I guess it's because the machine's off at the moment for lag. So, that is kind of the extent there. That's actually whack track red line passing along the distance there. It looks like actually it's interesting. It looks like we're extending the roadway out here, which is kind of nice. Hang on 1 second. I have no food. That is a recipe for disaster, especially when I'm staring at a skeleton. Oh man, I hate this. I think I would have picked up something like that when I start the video. You can see, unfortunately, this edge of town we seem to have a lot of problems with mobs spawning, which has caused no manner of griefing. You can also see this is actually kind of back behind the... Come on, jump boost, we're off. This is back behind Wackawood here. No one's actually no one's really built in here, and it wasn't lit up until recently. And you can see that the enderman damage has actually been really, unfortunately, severe out here because of all the time that we've spent in Wackawood doing building and projects and shopping. So, unfortunately, I don't think there's too much we'll be able to do to actually repair this before the server reset. I mean, I've tried to do a little